Hi guys. Today is a good day for filming. Well, we'll see. The lighting is not too bad, so we shall see how it goes. Okay, so holidays are coming up. Oh dear. I believe in recycling what you have, and that means using your cheaper versions of your jewelry pieces. There's something to be said for the glitzy glammy stuff, but I like being able to reuse what I already have. So a lot of the times I do buy more of the costume jewelry side, but the problem with that is you get this kind of thing. I don't know if it'll pick it up on the camera. Oh, here we go. So see all the discoloration? A lot of cheaper jewelry is made with base metals, copper and things like that. And the finish on them doesn't last very long. When you first get your inexpensive jewelry, if you put a clear coat of nail polish on them, it'll last longer. However, I didn't do that with these earrings, and I love these earrings. I love the length of them and the width, and they're very easy to sort of clip into your ear, which is nice. The problem is the finish is gone on it. Now, there's many ways that you can fix this. Not to its original color, unfortunately, but there's ways that you can still reuse it by reconfiguring your finish. So you could do with glitter, you can do with regular paint, you could probably heat emboss these. I don't know if that would work as well, but I've had these two mirror effect nail polishes for a while. I got them at Ardene's. They were $7.50 a piece. It's not horrible. It's not something you'd wear on a regular basis, let's put it that way. So I have this lovely blue metallic one, and then this rose gold. I used to have a silver. I have no idea where it went to though. So anyway, I decided to use these two. So for this one, all I've done was paint it with the blue metallic. So it's really quite nice. It worked out rather well. And the coating on it, I did about 3 coats. Worked perfectly. So it's very simple solution to somewhat, common problem to jewelry pieces, especially the inexpensive ones. So I thought, being able to do something different with it would be more suitable. So all I've done, I did paint these and then I hung them up on something. If you have one of these wire baskets, which are very popular right now at the dollar store, you can easily hang your earrings off on something like this, and then you can paint them with the nail polish. So that works quite well. So you could do several different pairs and then you can hang them to dry. And you don't have to worry about any fingerprints or things like that. So that works out nicely. The other one I did was the rose gold. So it used to be gold. This was my favorite pair of earrings. I wore them all the time. So it used to be this gold color. However, the finish, I don't know if it's picking up on my phone. It is just coming off, and it's not very nice. And the oils on your fingers and your hairspray and things like that, it just really does a number on the finish of it. Again, I did not put a clear coat on this, so the solution is just to paint it. So what I did, I used the rose gold metal nail polish. That's all I did, and it worked out rather well. I did take the ear wire off. You could replace the ear wire if it's kind of awful looking. I don't know if you could paint these as well. I don't know if your skin would react to it, so I would caution there. But for the rest, it worked out quite well. Now, this one would take a few more coats because it is a rope design, so you'd have to get into the nooks and crannies. So you'd need a few more coats of this one, but it worked out rather well. So the difference, this is the original. You can see the difference between them. So you can see some of the copper coming through and things like that. So with this, if you wanted to keep it this way, put a clear coat over top if you wanted to, or you could just add another coat of nail polish and let it dry and just let it hang off your basket. It works quite nicely. No fingerprints to worry about, and then you can just sort of let it hang. So that's what I've done with that one. So those are the two nail polishes that I have. You could use even something like this that I'm wearing, and in the red, or whatever you feel like, really. Especially if it's a color you don't normally wear on your nails. Absolutely change it. and put it on jewelry. I've done it with a few other pieces that I've made before, and it worked out rather well. This one, I just coiled some copper wire, and I just added it to my earrings to give it that, you know, more of a handmade look kind of thing. So all you need to do is make sure you do your coils on a jig, and then you just attach, you just feed it through, and then you sort of squeeze the top parts a little bit to make sure it doesn't move around on you. And that works just as well. Again, you could paint them if you wanted to with nail polish, it doesn't matter. But all you're doing is creating basically a tube or a wire spring, and then attaching it, or feeding your earring through it rather. And it's a little bit, you know, tricky, but you just have to work its way through. As you can see, it's a bit, there we go. Now if you find it's too long, trim a little bit of it off, that's okay. It's not something that I'm overly concerned with at this point. If it bothers me enough, I will trim it. But all you're going to do is attach it. Squeeze a little bit tighter, and there you have mixed metal earrings. It works out quite well. You could add beads to this if you wanted to. You could do it with silver color. You could do it even with colored wire and things like that, which you can easily get at Michael's or even at the dollar store. So the other one was, I've had these beads in my stash for quite some time. I love them because they're metallic, which is where I had the idea for doing the nail polish with the other earrings. So I have these metallic kind of, I want to say that they have a bit of a texture to them, which I really like. Now I've had these hoops for quite some time. Again, they've gone a little bit darker. They used to be really shiny. They've gone a little bit more dull, but I thought with these beads, it worked out rather well. So that's all I've done, is I've done a bunch, or probably one string per earring, cheap, at the Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure these were at the Dollar Tree, yeah. So they were $1.25 per strand. Still cheaper than going out and buying the expensive earrings, right? So just make sure you make your loop large enough so it feeds over your hoops, put them on, and away you go. You have a different set of earrings with the same hoops. You could obviously paint these if you wanted to, but I kind of like the older brassy kind of look with these. These are those spring-loaded ones, so they're not going to be overly heavy in your ears. So they're nice and light. And if somebody does pull on them, be careful, because all of these will come off. But you could put one of those little stoppers on here, you know, those little plastic earring stoppers. You could put it on here and then put it in your ear, and it should hold quite nicely. Or just squeeze it a little bit more. It'll be fine. But that works just as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of earrings with a remake or a do-over, or just a new finish, you know, just something a little bit different to showcase some metallics for the holidays. So I hope this was helpful. Those of you who want to try something a little bit different this year for earrings, this is what I'm doing with some of mine, and see what you can come up with. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.